Hello and welcome. Today's date comes in that of Tuesday, 11th day of February. 2020 is the year. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. Like always, all bets, trades are the like, well, that's within each's own risk and their own reward. And this has been a good day for me. It's been an enjoyable trading day. And let's just go over some of this stuff going on. As far as Bitcoin against the US fiat, earlier this morning, 8:30. This is a 1 minute term time frame. 8:30 in the morning, 9:22. We have this resistance right around 9,900. This is an extended pullback compared to this one, and yeah, of course, we got the higher highs and higher lows definition of bull uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4. This entire run here. We're making this one here for highs. We got this one, this one, and right now that one. And even on the 1 minute, we got a green candle leaving this 18 highs. This thing nothing is stopping this right now, but wow, what an interesting, beautiful move that we have within this market. If we scroll this to the single hour term time frame, and unfortunately taking a little too slow to load, way too slow. And it's up now. Okay, so I always talk about levels to look at if it goes to it. Okay, well, what would the levels be? We got here. It starts pretty much lower than that. We had this level of support that coincided with this level of resistance. And I can even put 3 lines in for that matter, and it's gotten above all of them. We got this little area here, which was this support area in here. And of course, it's the lower high area, but the biggest one is the 2 hit highs. Pretty much right there. And maybe just up here slower. And you could do that either way. Resistance not found at that level. And of course, on the 1 minute, it's just been consistently making those higher highs and higher lows. This is interesting. 10,300. A phenomenal move, something that may be worth taking seriously. Now on the daily chart, it has come to one of those key levels. Right now it has. Okay, let's see what happens. This was that interesting day. And I didn't expect this type of correction to occur, but it did. I thought if it was going to go a bit deeper than that, which it wasn't, and if it wasn't be successful, it wouldn't have been that deep, meaning it would have held one of these areas in here, which of course not even close, and continuous downtrend. Since of course getting above the 18 average of highs, there's a low, there's a low, there's a low, and we're even seeing a low here. How about the highs? This one, and highs and lows are known after the fact. So this high, it's after the fact. It ain't this one anymore. It's at least where we are now. Who knows if it's going to go higher? How much higher? It should go microscopically higher, you'd think, even what the 1 minute looks like. This is the lower end of this level, because then we start to talk about any of these areas. Really, there's not one price point I can't think of. Once we start to get up to like breaking above here, I got to think it's closer to 11. Other than that, once we get to 11,000, I don't see any real number where, any of these numbers make sense to be in this key area, near lower high at previous spots. And of course, breaking outside above the highs on the daily chart brings this high. There really isn't any resistance up to that point. We're just starting these short-term moves here. But as the weekly's concerned, you have the move on the week timestamp, Jan 13, pausing after that. What a beautiful pause period. A nothing means a lot. And this was a case where it did. Then we have 2 up periods. And now in this current week, we've got that little bit of that line going down. Prices retraced. We've already got all the losses back. We've retraced well over 100% of the retracement loss. That's a bit more, meaning 110, 120, 130% kind of deal. But looking again to now fill up towards this empty part in here, getting above that. You can see in here getting this resistance. It's the area of like between 15,000 and 20. That's what it comes down to. And breaking that, we're now going into chartering new territories at all-time highs. Now, altcoin's interesting today. Hedera hash graph, interesting day. And when these cryptos, when they're ready to go, they go up a lot faster than they go down. I've said that a lot in both the case, again, today, the 9 o'clock hour. That's just how it goes. With that being said, we can see in here that this thing opened up at like, well, we were in this 500 range for a bit in here. Got up to like 500, stabilizing in the 400s, even coming down to where we are now. We can see it's at one of those spots, the green line. I don't need to put a line in. That green line does the job. As it was support here. It was support here. It was support all the way in here. I mean, it barely touched it here. Now, what's going on with that? There might have been too flicker. I think I can see the problem, maybe. I hope that helps. It might have been a little black flicker. It might have been avoided on your end. It wasn't on mine. My whole screen was like flickered, at least outside of the browser. Anyway, support at this level, barely here. A bit more, but still barely here, and extreme amount here. While it was doing this lower high stuff, and this lower high stuff continued all the way through until we started to curve it. So during this situation where it was bearish to negative to neutral, had the bearish completion run in here, neutrality, an attempt to get it going, but the attempt failed. The correction succeeded. The attempt failed because it got above this and it didn't go above any real time soon. Instead, it did this. But that's the successful correctionary mode. And I'm going to remove these Fibonacci lines. I can go like this and just go like this. So before the fact on this, before this big move, it came down to like 120. You have these resistance highs. See, this was a little different. The lows, they're not lower anymore. They're matching at this stage. So negative becoming neutrality. Another matching set of lows. And this resistance matches this one and this one. So, I mean, you got to get above this thing to even consider even a chance to get this thing going. And it did it, of course, in here. And boy, did it ever. Like a tidal wave coming in kind of deal. And that's what this crypto is, these moves. They can be so fast. And tsunamis, however you want to look at it, whatever terms. I know it's just using metaphors or just whatever type of things, whatever terminology. Now, I was hoping to buy this back at 150. Didn't work out, at least for what I sold up and top in here. No buybacks because I was going to very aggressive on this coin. But that's fine. I can lose in this game and still win because I'm buying low, selling high. During this entire run, I was buying this coin because it was getting its ass kicked. Falling from like 400 to like 120. That's multiple times lower. Well, more than 50, 60, 70%. Well, other coins were either going up or going sideways, so sell those, buy this. That's what it was. Then you sell a little bit here on this first move up. You pass on the buys in here, which is kind of irritating. Now, I did pass on some sales up here, which I end up selling as it was breaking out. And then I sold everything else in here, again, at the top. Or three, around the top. So I sold for 2 coins here and 3 coins here. I sold it as 5 different coins. So now this thing has either got to, and I should be doing this because this thing could have super potential, but I'll get to that in a second. At least for the meantime, if this thing can make up another leg higher, get to this level, then I'll just do more selling. And what I sell here will get sold up in here. And what I sell here would get sold up in here. That's pretty much the strategy. As far as buybacks are concerned, well, here, I was starting my buyback at 150 going lower. Well, now that it's went up to this level, well, what's the must hold? Well, originally, the must hold area was, well, it didn't go down to it. It was around 150. That was the original must hold area. That's changed. The must hold area now is within this previous level. So this range, the upper end of where it came from is 247. The conjunction low area is around 200. So 200 to 250. So I don't want to start buying this until it comes down to breaking below 250. 225, 230 for what I sold up there. Now, of course, what I sold, if those coins go up 20, 30%, that would change everything. Because Again, a lot of this is traded in the ratio formats. And let's take a look at some of them because they would be moving wildly for me. So let's just take a look at this one. Internet's been very choppy today. There it is. It's a bit better than that few seconds that I showed. That was really bad. Oh, 41% this is down. How do you do kind of deal. But as you can see, as far as the ratio is concerned, this has went from 8,000 after the first week of December up to 34,000. And easy to trade at 30 and 31. Okay, that's like 4 times-ish. And in the small little retracement in here, from the period elapsing from January 13th through that of February the 3rd, or a good portion of a month, the range was stable between like 28 and like 34. So that's like 20%. So you can get small amounts of moves, but that's it, just small. But overall, you get these big size plays. So now I can, what I sell here, buy back. So this market has got to either come up in here where I can trade. I don't care what happens next as a trader. I'm just going to adjust to whatever happens. So when this happens, I have to react to it, and I did. And if this continues to go lower, I'll react to it. If this comes back up, I mean, for all I know, this could be here tomorrow. And that's the way this volatility, the nature of this game is. And I hope the volatility continues within the entire crypto space. And the reason why I want to play Hedera hash graph, other than the fact that Hidden Secrets of Money is just a cool thing, is because of and that's, if it works, it works. I'm just going to put the highest of amount of a risk that I could put in, and this could make me 7 figures plus easy because of, and it's barely even 4. It won't even call it a starting stack. Won't even say we'll say is 4. And to be able to confidently know that I can be able to do that, increase my Bitcoin, because Bitcoin Cash, I have a target number for where I want, how many Bitcoin Cash I want to own. I'm not going to say how much it is. It is triple figures. And I do need to get at least 8 times more than what I got right now to get there, which means I got to get a lot of good ratio trades through. And I'm trading things, this being one of them, against, of course, well, you can probably see a bunch. There's all my some Bitcoin Cashes in there. So let's just sort this by percentage move. Oh, here's, yeah. Why is this not sorting by percentage? I mean, 4% down. Anyway, there's 40% down here. This is against LITECOIN. They're all going to look this way. I always put the cheapest coin on the right-hand side and the most expensive coin on the left-hand side. The purpose is because I like numbers above 1 rather than how Satoshi prices are, which are fractional numbers. With that being said, when I see a fractional number, I'll just know it as the handle. This is the internet being bad. It'll just pop up at once like so fast like that, although it looks the exact same. Okay. This is the 8-hour time frame, and really the 1-hour time frame is that 9 o'clock hour. But here we got 1800 up to 57, and now we're now coming back to where we came from. Almost technically speaking, and all the traders in the world that trade this cross, and I might be the only one. I might be the only one that cares about this cross to the point that I'm actually, other than people watching it because you watching this video is not discounting that. And I don't even know if any of my viewers are even trading this HBAR, and if they are, how they're even trading it or how they're holding it and what they're doing with it. But the volatility is what I'm looking for. Theta, I mean, pretty much the same thing. Ripple and Tezos. Oh, okay. So this ratio was at like 2.5 up to 11, now down to 4. This is the volatility that I'm looking for. That's why I want coins like this. I want coins that can have 80% days, 200% days, 1400% weeks, 49x and 200, 500x style moves. And that's over like several months, because I've seen it happen before, and I've seen it with these style of coins. So you get the idea with HBAR. And now let's cross this over to Tezos. I should probably be getting rid of some of these lines with these new highs coming in. Now you see them. Now you don't. That's the thing about Fibonacci. It's from key high to key low. I already basically said the upside target for this is 4,000. It could still be a pierce above this resistance if we do top here, but I mean, the benefit of the doubt here is how are we reacting to these resistance point, key high to key low, key high, key low, filling empty space, retracement mode. Okay, so stage 1, band flatten out. Stage 2, establish resistance, come back to the band break of resistance, even though it appears to be both successfully holding the must hold area. The established resistance it established here. What a great move. And that's that tidal wave, amazing type of move. This one, and of course this one, this little correctionary conjunction. But it corrected while it was noticeably lower than this high. So when this happened, okay, next key level is here. It's 3 questions: resistance, no resistance, or support. And the final answer of support. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4 periods, and that's passé now. This is the last period where it supported that resistance area, because now we uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Okay, this is in uncharted territories. We'll see what happens moving forward. And we'll finish it off with Theta. Bitcoin Cash is good too, but I do want to end the video. If there was only a way, it's been a while since I did a video. I mean, I don't know if I did a follow-up on it, but I did mention that, yeah, by the way, Theta, I think it's just on a weird, because T-Fuel was rallying first. Don't be surprised if this has a pierce above resistance. And, well, this one did match previous high, and now it's pulled back, now down the 18 average of lows. And this 1 minute time frame, there's an interesting minute, 2 minutes period that came through. And even more that happened afterwards, I didn't even see this here. And the recovery. Last time I looked at it was around here. That's the last time that I looked at that 1 minute time frame. But what I was referring to is this here, after, of course, the decline. So this is just becoming, and if you're trading this against Bitcoin, you could be ratio trading this, having your orders in, and well, put it in perspective. If you're just playing small order games, like 3-4%, whatever, small moves, you have your buy orders fill, say at 12.33, then a buy order, yeah, it fills at 12.33, we'll say 12.20, even 12.30, and then you put a sell order for 12.59, and it fills at 10.42, and you're there at that time. Okay, yeah, put my buy order in. Let's put a buy order in for a lower low at 12.12. Oh, next minute it hits. And if you take advantage of any of these other moves, maybe if you did sell at 12.36, you put a buy order in at 12.09, then you put another sell order of 12.36 and it's sold. Maybe you're waiting on the next one. It's at 12.61 and it's at, like, maybe down in wherever. Maybe it's down at 12.10, whatever. And you're waiting for the next one. But this is just what the 1 minute term looks like. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.